Since the end result was that I lost everything, including my mom, I want to make sure you guys really grasp the fact that Auntie didn't do this on her own. She wouldn't even have been able to do it on her own, you understand? She did it with the help of two human beings, a fucking psychiatric doctor in a mental hospital and a social worker in a mental hospital, who knew not only that I was not happy at all, my mom was back in their hospital, understandably not happy at all, okay? The fucking healthcare provider, remember, Auntie was supposed to be out of the picture, okay? But also that I did not like them. That this wasn't a case where my mom was in their hospital and came home fine and then unfortunately a few months later or something went. No, I did not like them. They had discharged my mom too soon and left me to deal with the fallout. Okay? I had to make the best of it. But I want you guys to understand, and I want someone to explain to me. Okay? I want you to understand. I did not want my mom to have that same social worker and doctor who knew I didn't like them, who knew I blamed them, that they had discharged my mom too soon and left me to deal with the fallout. And yes, I spent a whole half hour talking to that woman. Starting off, I didn't like her, but I had to, for the sake of my mom, set aside my differences, and there was not a goddamn thing I could do about it. I proceeded to talk to her for over a half hour, explaining to her everything that had gone down since my mom had been discharged too soon from her hospital. And when she said, that wasn't me, that was, you understand? I want you to understand, these are the people. They knew I didn't like them. They knew I blamed them for discharging my mom too soon, okay? They get my mom in their hospital irrationally blaming and hating me because she needs, you know what I mean, because she's back in there. Not because I did anything to hurt her or verbally abused her or any of the fucking crap, okay? And again, I haven't seen the transcripts yet, but Joe's going to read them carefully and tell me. The guy down the street said, oh, I bet your aunt got a letter from the hospital too, yeah. The same people who knew I didn't want my mom back in there and knew I blamed them for discharging my mom too soon and leaving me to deal with it. These are the same people that conspired with Auntie to fuck me over. You guys need to understand that, okay? This wasn't a brand new hospital. These were people who knew I did not like them, knew I was justifiably upset my mom was back in there, knew I accused them of failing and discharging her too soon. Those are the people that conspire with Auntie. Okay? And my mom revoked the fucking release. And if there had been no Auntie in the picture, what would you know what I mean? They all conspired. I can only imagine. I can only be a fly on the wall. I think Auntie just grabbed her opportunity. I don't think she got my mom to revoke the release. I'll never know, obviously. Unless the transcripts reveal it. I told you, Joe's outraged. He wants me to fight it, but at the very least, he's like, you write in a fucking affidavit. Okay? Same fucking people who knew I did not like them are who conspired with Auntie. And then Auntie threw in a little, elder services was called. The hospital told them I was seeking guardianship. They agreed to back down. Elder services was called. It was by the fucking hospital, listening to my mom as usual, making me into, you know what I mean, whatever happened. But you have to understand, these are the same people. I was told I have no power to not have my mom have the same people. My mom, who's out of her mind enough that she has to be sectioned to a mental hospital, but apparently so clear-headed that she knows that she shouldn't have the same doctor and social worker that discharged her too soon and left me to deal with the fallout. I was nothing but used by Auntie. And by the way, this was a woman who I had vowed to never associate with again. Okay? I'm talking about she wound up breaking my heart, but trouble predicted it anyway. I'm talking about back in September or whatever, just not even 6 months ago, a few months ago. Because she was able to, just like that, end our pseudo-friendship that was supposed to be solid for the sake of her fragile, mentally ill sister. Okay? the woman I had vowed to never associate with again, had to join forces with to save my mother, and it was also not on my end, but to save Auntie's ass for not having to fork over the $53,000, have him go after her if my mom had wound up a ward of the state, okay? I obviously didn't join forces with Auntie to protect Auntie, I did it to protect my mother. And I didn't do it to protect my rightful inheritance, even though that letter she left me the day after we both went to court on emergency thing on December 19th or 17th or whatever it was. All she stressed in that whole letter, and I typed it up and shared it with Trouble, and she got it instantly. All she's concentrating on is you don't want to lose money and you don't want to lose that, you know? When all you fucking care about is your mom not going into a nursing home. But Auntie's focus is always on money. That letter proved it. There was nothing about we don't want your mom to wind up a ward of the state. It was all about, you know, Laura, we got to do this. We need to join forces. I know you consider me my enemy, me your enemy, but we got to join forces. Do you want to lose that house? Do you want to? No. And I didn't care. I called her up instantly. I don't give a fuck about the house. You know, we can't let my mom become a. That's all I cared about. All Auntie cared about was money. All I cared about was my mother. Even that fucking letter that I shared with Trouble, she saw it instantly. She's like, all she's focusing on is money because that's all she thinks about. Not one part of that letter mentioned we don't want my mom to wind up a ward of the state. It was all focusing on the house and my inheritance and blah, 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 blah. Okay? Just all a bunch of hooey because this last time around, forget anything. I just want my mom protected. Get her into this assisted living, sell off everything, and just give me enough to start a new life with me and my dog. I don't understand any of this. I fucking hate those people. I didn't want my mom back in there. They discharged her too soon. I was left to deal with it best I could. And then I was back in there, which is bad enough. But at least let her back in there where it's actually closer for me to get to. But I had to, you know, play whatever. I had to take, well, I don't want her in the one where she's been in twice, you know what I mean? Twice. At least this one's closer, but little did I know. They should be telling my mom they know that it's irrational to blame me, to say I'm the cause of her breakdowns or whatever. Instead, they're going to go along with it, and then they've got Auntie supporting it because she has her own ulterior motives and just happens to not have tenants renting out her downstairs apartment at the time. These are the same people who knew I didn't like them. You got to understand that important aspect of this, people. These are the same motherfuckers who knew I didn't like them. Because I told the social worker, I don't like you. You discharged my mom too soon. Okay? This is the same social worker who I had bitched about. I told that director that she was negating my legitimate concerns of my mom being all sad that her clothes were stolen. Can you imagine how easily they would go along with Auntie and go along with all of this to fuck me over? And believe every word. They knew I didn't like them. I never had a chance, people. I never had a chance, period. Anyone who looks at this, I was used for Auntie's convenience. When I wanted to leave, she guilted me, you know, what is wrong with you? You're going to leave your mother? You leave your mother. I have it in text. The elder services are going to step in. You want that to happen to your mother, Laura? And then later when I don't want to stay here where I'm not even supposed to be technically and pay all the bills while my mom lives with her sister and pays rent over there, I'm viciously told, you know, when I make a suggestion, why doesn't she just sell her home and give me some money to start a new life like she's always wanted to do, like I deserve? She's not ready to sell her home. Why can't you put your mother ahead of yourself for a change? God, you didn't even want to be the alternate healthcare proxy anymore. You left me to deal with it all. I have texts. You deal with it. I'm busy with my family. I'm busy with this. You have the time. I don't want to do it. I was set up. I was used. 100%. Set up and used. Set up, used, and then discarded. Like I'm nothing. Like I don't matter at all. Like my mom never spent her whole life loving me and wanted me to have the world. Unfucking believable. This is so unfucking believable, people, that it defies all reasoning.